Hello, my dear friends. Today I'm sharing my story on a topic that many of you have been asking about: how to speak English alone at home. My name is Emma Carter. I'm 19 years old and I live in Austin, Texas, United States. I'm a college student, currently studying business management. But honestly, my biggest personal challenge isn't the business subjects, it's English. Even though I live in an English-speaking country, and even though I grew up here, I was always shy. My parents are immigrants from Mexico, and we mostly speak Spanish at home, so I never really practiced speaking English like native kids. I always understood English. I could watch movies, read books, and understand my professors. But when it came to speaking, my words used to freeze. My tongue felt heavy. I hesitated a lot. I used to think 10 times before opening my mouth, even in simple situations like ordering coffee or answering a question in class. And the worst part, I knew I had to speak English fluently to survive in the real world, to get a job, to make friends, to be confident. So I asked myself a question that changed everything. What if I just practice alone at home without worrying about people judging me? And that's how my journey began. A journey of learning to speak English, not just understand it, all by myself, in the comfort of my home. Let me take you back to the very beginning. I still remember that Saturday afternoon. I was sitting in my room with my laptop open, watching a YouTube video titled "How to Speak English Fluently." The guy in the video said something that hit me. Fluency doesn't come from thinking, it comes from speaking every single day. I paused the video and whispered to myself, "Okay, Emma, let's do this." So here's what I did, step by step. How I trained myself to speak English alone, at home, without a teacher, without a partner, just me and my will to grow. 1. I talk to myself all the time. It sounds weird, right? Talking to yourself? But trust me, it's powerful. I started small. I would wake up and say things like, "Good morning, Emma. What's your plan today?" Then I would answer, "Well, first I need to brush my teeth, then make breakfast. After that, I'll study business law." It felt strange in the beginning, like pretending. But slowly, I made it a routine. I turned daily activities into speaking opportunities. While cooking, I'd say, "Now I'm chopping onions. Be careful not to cry." When cleaning my room, I'd say, "Let's organize this shelf today. Look at all these books." Speaking out loud helped me get used to hearing my own voice in English. I stopped caring about grammar. I focused on flow. 2. I created my own English world at home. My bedroom became my mini English world. I changed the language of my phone and laptop to English. I wrote sticky notes and stuck them everywhere. My mirror had a note: "Smile and speak English today." My desk had another: "Think in English, speak in English." I would pretend I was on a talk show. I'd sit in front of my mirror and say, "Hi everyone, welcome to Emma's Talk Time. Today we're going to discuss confidence." I would smile, gesture with my hands, and speak like I was hosting a real show. It made me laugh sometimes, but it worked. I was speaking, and that's what mattered. 3. I recorded my voice and listened. This part was hard. Listening to your own voice feels uncomfortable at first. I sounded nervous, slow, awkward, but I didn't let that stop me. Every day I recorded one short audio, just 2 or 3 minutes. I'd talk about my day, my feelings, or describe something around me. Then I'd listen. I noticed the words I repeated too much. I caught my mistakes. And slowly, I started correcting myself. After 2 weeks, I sounded more confident. After a month, I could speak nonstop for 5 minutes. I wasn't perfect, but I was growing. 4. I shadowed native speakers. Shadowing became my favorite technique. I would play a scene from a movie or podcast and repeat after the speaker, exactly how they said it. Same tone, same rhythm, same speed. I loved using Friends, the TV show. I'd play Rachel's line and repeat it. Oh my God, you're not serious. It was fun, and it helped me feel natural. Sometimes I'd pause a video and try to say the next sentence myself, kind of like predicting what the speaker might say. It made my brain think in English. 5. I kept a speaking journal. Most people keep a written journal, right? I kept a spoken one. Every night before bed, I'd sit on my bed and speak about my day, just like talking to a best friend. Today was pretty good. I had a quiz in economics class. I think I did okay. Oh, and I finally talked to Mia. She's so sweet. This journal became my emotional outlet. I didn't need perfect English. I just needed to express myself. Over time, I noticed my vocabulary growing. I started using more descriptive words without even realizing it. 6. I practiced role plays alone. I'd imagine real-life situations and speak through them. For example, ordering food. Hi, I'd like a medium latte with almond milk, please. Job interview. Thank you for having me. I'm Emma Carter, currently studying business management at UT Austin. I'm passionate about marketing and communication. Meeting someone new. Hi, I'm Emma. Are you from around here? Practicing these imaginary conversations helped me prepare for real ones. And when I actually had to speak with someone, I wasn't scared anymore because I had already practiced it alone 100 times. 7. I celebrated my progress. Every time I spoke a little better or used a new word or didn't freeze, I celebrated. I'd tell myself, Emma, you did great today. I even made a progress chart on my wall. Small goals like speak for 1 minute without stopping, use 3 new words today, record a 5-minute voice note. These small victories built my confidence. A few personal experiences. One day, I went to a local bookstore. The cashier asked me if I wanted to sign up for their membership card. Without thinking, I said, "No, thank you. I just moved here, and I'm still exploring stores." She smiled and replied, "Oh, welcome. You sound great, by the way." I almost cried. That was the first time someone complimented my English, and it meant the world. Another time, I helped a tourist couple find directions downtown. I didn't hesitate. I just spoke, clearly, confidently. And I realized this is what practice alone at home can do. After that first month of talking to myself in English, things started to shift. Not in big dramatic ways, but in quiet, meaningful ones. My fear wasn't gone, but it started whispering instead of shouting, and I kept going. One evening, I was sitting on the floor of my bedroom surrounded by index cards I had made with simple conversation starters like, "What's your favorite memory? Describe your dream job. Talk about your happiest day." I picked one, turned on my voice recorder, and started talking. My happiest day? It was last year when my parents surprised me with a trip to New York City. I smiled as I spoke. For the first time, I was connecting emotions with the language. I wasn't just forming sentences. I was expressing myself. That was the moment I truly felt I was learning to speak English, not just practice it. How I made my environment a speaking playground. I began to see every corner of my house as a new speaking opportunity. In the kitchen, I would narrate every action. "Now I'm boiling water. Let's add some salt. Oh no, I dropped the spoon again." In the bathroom mirror, I'd pretend I was giving a speech. "Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here today. I'm honored to present my business idea, a sustainable clothing brand for young women." In the backyard, I'd pretend to be giving someone a tour. "This is my garden. We've got tomatoes, mint, and even a lemon tree." Every space in my home turned into an English stage. It was fun, creative, and it helped me stay consistent without getting bored. The emotional side, my insecurities and breakthroughs. Not every day was perfect. There were days I cried, days I doubted myself. One night, I recorded a 5-minute voice note, and when I listened to it, I hated it. I heard my mistakes, my pauses, my accent. I felt like I was never going to sound like a native speaker. I texted my friend Lily and said, "I'm trying so hard, but I feel like I'll never be fluent." She replied, "Emma, fluency isn't about sounding native. It's about being confident and understood. And you're already doing it." That meant a lot, and she was right. Fluency doesn't mean speaking fast or perfectly. It means not being afraid anymore. It means trusting yourself to speak, even when you're not perfect. So I gave myself permission to make mistakes. I stopped comparing myself to others, and that helped me move forward faster. I started practicing storytelling. One method that truly helped me was storytelling. I would choose a memory from my childhood and retell it in English. I started simple. I remember when I was 7 years old. My mom took me to the beach for the first time. I was scared of the water, but she held my hand. Each time, I'd expand a little more, add more details, use new words. This helped me organize my thoughts and speak in full paragraphs, not just broken phrases. Eventually, I recorded myself telling a long story. 8 minutes. When I listened to it, I cried. Not because it was perfect, but because it was me, in English, telling my story. I created English hours at home. One trick that changed everything. I set daily English hours. Every evening from 6 to 7 p.m., I made a rule: speak, think, and act only in English. During that hour, I didn't use Spanish, even when I was alone. Even when texting friends, I switched my phone settings to English and messaged them in English too. Sometimes I read out loud. Sometimes I acted out scenes. Sometimes I just walked around the house pretending to be in an interview. Over time, this 1 hour a day turned into a natural habit. And guess what? I started thinking in English automatically, even outside those hours. My first real-life test. 3 months into my solo English journey, I had a chance to speak in a real conversation, and it was unexpected. I was at the grocery store with my mom. She doesn't speak English fluently, so when a store employee came up to her asking about a missing shopping cart, she panicked and looked at me. "Emma, can you talk to him?" My heart was racing, my hands were cold. But I nodded. I walked up and said, "Hi, I think there's been a misunderstanding. My mom left her cart here just 5 minutes ago. Maybe someone took it by mistake." The employee smiled and replied, "That happens a lot. I'll grab you a new one." I thanked him and walked back to my mom, stunned. I did it. I spoke clearly, without fear, without freezing. And it felt normal. That was the day I knew I had changed. I joined online speaking challenges, alone. I wasn't ready to talk to strangers on Zoom or join English groups. So instead, I followed a few English fluency YouTubers and took their speaking challenges, all by myself. One channel said, "Talk about your daily routine for 3 minutes. No stopping, no writing." So I did. "Hi, I'm Emma. I wake up at 7 a.m., brush my teeth, make coffee, and get ready for my business class." Every day had a new challenge. Describe a picture for 2 minutes. Talk about your favorite food. Act like a travel guide for your city. Even though no one was listening, I treated it seriously. I kept a journal of my recordings and reflected on them weekly. It felt like I was in my own English boot camp. A message to anyone reading. If you're sitting alone in your room feeling like you'll never be able to speak English, I want you to know I was you. I didn't have a partner. I didn't join any academy. I didn't pay for courses. I used what I had: my voice, my home, and my determination. Speaking English alone at home isn't lonely. It's powerful. It gives you freedom. It gives you time to grow without fear. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. Start with 1 minute a day. Talk about your breakfast. Describe your room. Pretend you're giving a weather report. Speak in front of your mirror. Record yourself. Laugh at your mistakes. Try again, and keep going. One day, you'll look back and realize the girl who once whispered in English now speaks like she was born for it. After that unforgettable grocery store moment, I began seeing myself differently. Before, I saw myself as a shy student who just wanted to speak English. But now, I started identifying as someone who could, someone who was already doing it every single day. I wasn't just learning English anymore, I was living it. How speaking alone changed. My confidence in other areas. Something strange and beautiful happened after I started speaking English alone at home. My confidence grew everywhere, not just in English, but also in my studies, my social life, and even in how I walked into a room. I used to be afraid to raise my hand in class, even to ask a question. But now, after practicing expressing myself for hours in private, I started to trust my voice more. One afternoon in my business communication class, the professor asked, "Can anyone describe a brand that connects well with its audience?" Without thinking too much, I raised my hand and said, "Yes, I think Dove does that very well." Their Real Beauty campaign connected emotionally with people and focused on confidence over appearance. The professor nodded. "Excellent point, Emma." That day, I walked out of class smiling. I knew this confidence didn't come from a textbook. It came from all those lonely nights of talking to myself in English. My little mirror practice was working in ways I hadn't imagined. How I trained my mind to think in English. This was a major turning point for me. At first, whenever I spoke, I would think in Spanish, then translate in my head before speaking out loud. It was slow, awkward, and sometimes frustrating. So I made a bold decision. I would start thinking in English, even in my thoughts. I started with simple things. When I woke up, I would think, "Okay, time to get up. I have class at 9 a.m. Not tengo clase a las 9, but in English. When walking to the kitchen, I'm hungry. Maybe I'll make some eggs or toast. At night before sleeping, tomorrow I'll study for my test. Maybe review the last 2 chapters." It was tough at first. I had to force it, but over time it became automatic. Now, 90% of my internal thoughts are in English. And that's a big reason why my speaking became smooth. Because my brain stopped translating and started living in the language. I gave myself an English identity. This might sound silly, but it really helped. One day, I read in a language blog that it helps to create an English version of yourself. Not a fake one, just a bolder version. So I asked myself, who is English-speaking Emma? And I imagined her. She's confident, funny, expressive. She doesn't shy away from conversations. She shares her ideas, laughs at her mistakes, and isn't afraid to try. Every time I felt nervous to speak or record myself, I'd whisper, "Be that Emma right now." And slowly, the two Emmas became one. Now, when I speak English, I feel like myself, just a stronger, more alive version. My daily English alone practice. Simple, but powerful. Here's exactly what I still do, even today, to keep improving. Mirror speaking, 10 minutes a day. I pick a topic, any topic, and talk for 10 minutes in front of the mirror. No phones, no distractions. Just me and my thoughts. Voice notes. 5 minutes a day. I record myself talking about something, like, what did I learn today? Or, what would I do if I had $1 million? Narration practice throughout the day. As I do tasks, cooking, cleaning, walking, I describe them out loud in English. I'm washing the dishes now. There's so many. I wish someone helped me. Shadowing, 15 minutes, 3 times a week. I play a YouTube video or podcast, pause after each sentence, and repeat it exactly the same way. I copy the rhythm, emotion, pronunciation. English journal, nightly. Before bed, I write 1 paragraph in English about my day. This helps me form complete thoughts in writing, which also improves speaking. These practices don't cost money. They don't need a partner, just a decision to start and keep going. How speaking alone helped me in real life. Again, a few months later, I got a part-time job at a bookstore downtown. One afternoon, a tourist couple from Canada came in. They asked, "Hi, do you have any books about local Texas history?" Without panic, I smiled and answered, "Yes, we have a great section just over here. Let me show you." We also have a few titles with photos and stories from Austin's past. They thanked me, and we ended up chatting for 10 minutes. Later, my manager said, "You handled that really well, Emma. Your English is great. You sounded so natural." And I thought to myself, I didn't always sound this way. I trained for this. I practiced when no one saw. I earned this voice. Powerful tips and tricks based on Emma Carter's story and the topic, How to Speak English Alone at Home. All explained in simple language, with examples and full details to help anyone start speaking English confidently without needing a partner or teacher. Topic: How to Speak English Alone at Home. Tips and tricks. Easy, practical, and effective for real-life improvement. 1. Mirror practice. Your best speaking partner is you. What it is, stand in front of a mirror, look into your own eyes, and talk to yourself in English. Talk like you're speaking to a friend. Why it works. Builds confidence. You see your facial expressions, you practice eye contact. It feels more like a real conversation. What to do? Start with a topic. Example: My day today, or my favorite movie. Set a timer for 5 to 10 minutes. Speak continuously. Don't worry about mistakes. Example: Hi Emma, how are you? I had a great day today. I woke up at 7 a.m., made breakfast, and studied for my exam. I'm a little tired, but happy. Tip: Smile while speaking. Use hand movements and emotions, like real conversation. 2. Think in English. Stop translating what it is. Train your brain to form thoughts in English directly, instead of thinking in your native language first. Why it works. Makes speaking faster. Removes fear and hesitation. Builds fluency naturally. How to start. Start with small thoughts in English during daily tasks. Don't worry about grammar. Just focus on meaning. Examples: I am brushing my teeth now. I'm tired. I want to sleep. I'll eat rice today, maybe with chicken. Tip: if you forget a word, describe it. Example: if you don't remember vacuum cleaner, say, that machine I use to clean the floor. 3. Record yourself. Create your own English journal. What it is: use your phone's voice recorder. Speak about your day or a topic you like and save the recordings. Why it works: you hear your own mistakes. You track your improvement. Builds speaking confidence. Steps: choose a topic. What did I do today? Speak for 2 to 5 minutes. Listen to your recording the next day. Bonus tip: compare your first recording with one after 30 days. You'll hear the progress and feel proud. 4. Describe what you're doing. Narration technique. What it is: while doing everyday tasks, describe them out loud in English. Why it works: turns boring tasks into English practice, builds vocabulary for daily activities. Examples: now I am making tea. The water is boiling. I will add sugar and milk. I'm folding my clothes. I'm folding my clothes. This is my favorite shirt. It's red and soft. Tip: you can also describe what you see around you. This chair is black. It's very comfortable. My laptop is on the table. 5. Use the shadowing method. Copy native speakers. What it is: listen to an English speaker, pause, and repeat exactly what they said, copying their pronunciation, tone, and speed. Why it works: improves pronunciation and rhythm. Helps you sound natural, trains your ears and mouth. How to do it: choose a short English video or podcast, 1 to 3 minutes, play one sentence. Pause and repeat it like a shadow. Continue sentence by sentence. Example: resources, YouTube videos, slow English, English speeches, or movie scenes. Podcasts like The English We Speak, BBC. Tip: start slow. Don't try to be perfect. The goal is to sound like the speaker, not translate what they said. 6. Use a fake conversation style. What it is: create imaginary dialogues where you play both roles. Ask and answer questions in English. Why it works: prepares you for real conversations. Builds quick thinking skills. How to practice: pretend someone is asking you a question. You answer. Example: A. Hey Emma, what's your favorite food? B. Oh, I love pasta, especially with white sauce. Switch roles. A. What about movies? B. I like romantic comedies. They make me laugh. Tip: use a mirror or record this to make it more effective. 7. Learn phrases, not just words. What it is: instead of learning one word at a time, learn full expressions you can use directly in real life. Why it works: speeds up speaking, makes your English sound natural. Examples: instead of happy, learn I'm so happy to see you. Instead of hungry, learn I could eat a horse. Useful phrases to practice: let me think. You know what I mean. I'm not sure, but I think. That's a great question. Tip: write 5 useful phrases every week and try to use them during your speaking practice. 8. Talk to photos or objects. What it is, choose a photo, plant, toy, or even a cup of tea, and talk to it like a friend. Why it works, removes fear of judgment, helps you think creatively in English. Example, while looking at a plant. Hi, green plant, you look fresh today. Are you enjoying the sunlight? I hope I didn't forget to water you yesterday. It might feel funny, but it builds fluency and comfort. 9. Join online speaking challenges, alone or anonymous. What it is, many websites, YouTube channels, or Telegram groups have daily speaking prompts. Why it works, gives structure to your practice, makes it fun and motivating. Tip: even if you don't send your recordings to others, record them for yourself. Use the topics as daily speaking goals. Example: prompts. Describe your dream vacation. Talk about your childhood memory. Explain your morning routine in English. 10. Create an English corner at home. What it is, a small space, table, chair, or corner in your home where you only speak and think in English. Why it works, helps build habit and environment, trains your mind to enter English mode. What to include, English books or magazines, sticky notes with English phrases, a notebook for English thoughts, headphones for listening, shadowing practice. Tip: use this space every day for at least 15 minutes. Over time, this space becomes your English confidence zone. 11. Create a daily life diary, but speak it aloud. What it is, instead of writing your diary, you speak it aloud every evening. It's like talking to a diary in English. Why it works, builds routine and fluency, helps you speak with emotion. You're using your real experiences so it feels natural. What to say? Today was a bit stressful. I had so much homework. I was really happy when I got that message from my friend. I wish I had more time to relax today. Bonus idea: record your spoken diary and keep them saved. It's like your personal audiobook in English. 12. Watch English movies without subtitles and talk like the characters. What it is, pick a movie scene, watch it, then mute it and speak the characters' lines in your own voice. Why it works, trains you to speak in different emotions, helps you practice real-life expressions, adds fun to learning. Example, choose a scene from Friends, Harry Potter, or The Pursuit of Happiness. Watch a small scene, pause, speak like the character. Tip: try to copy their tone, act it out, become the character. 13. Give yourself English missions at home. What it is, set fun English challenges every day. For example, day mission. Monday, speak only in English for 2 hours. Tuesday, describe everything you cook. Wednesday, create a story using 5 random words. Thursday, imitate a news anchor for 10 minutes. Friday, teach a lesson to your teddy bear. Why it works, adds excitement and purpose, makes practice less boring, covers different skills, storytelling, cooking vocab, teaching. 14. Teach English to an imaginary student. What it is, pretend you're a teacher. You're teaching English to a beginner student. Why it works, explaining makes your thinking sharp. You use clear and slow English, perfect for fluency. You become more confident. Example, Okay, today we will learn how to introduce ourselves. My name is Emma. I am 20 years old. I live in New York. Bonus. Pretend your student is making mistakes and correct them. No, not I am going store. Say I am going to the store. Good. 15. Use flashcards for speaking, not just memorizing what it is. Instead of just reading vocabulary flashcards, speak with them. Why it works helps you use new words in real context, builds confidence in vocabulary. Steps: take a flashcard, delicious. Say a sentence, this pasta is so delicious. I love it. Try 3 different sentences using the same word. Do this every day with 5 words. Example: words and sentences. Surprised? I was surprised when she called me. Messy. My room is messy. I should clean it. 16. Talk to your reflection, but change your voice and mood. What it is? Practice English in different emotional tones: happy, angry, sad, excited, shy. Why it works: prepares you for real emotional conversations, makes you flexible and expressive. Example: practice happy tone. I just got a message. I passed my test. Yay. Angry tone. Why didn't you tell me earlier? I was waiting all day. Sad tone. I thought we were friends. I really trusted you. Bonus. Try pretending to be different people. Your friend, your mom, a stranger. Speak in their style. 17. Use topic of the day. Strategy. What it is. Each day, choose one theme or topic and talk about it in English for 5 to 10 minutes. Why it works: keeps your speaking focused, builds topic vocabulary. Example: topics: my dream job, my childhood. A funny moment in school: why I love rainy days, my future plans. How to use: speak to your mirror, plant, notebook, or camera about that topic. 18. Build English thinking maps. What it is: draw a mind map on paper or in your notebook with a main topic and talk about each connected idea. Why it works: makes your ideas organized before speaking, helps you speak longer without forgetting points. Example: topic: my best friend. Subtopics: name, how we met, why I like her, funny memories, things we do together. Then speak: my best friend is Lily. We met in high school. 19. Practice emergency situations alone. What it is: practice what you would say in urgent real-life situations, like going to a hospital, calling a help desk, or getting lost. Why it works: makes you ready for real situations, gives you confidence under pressure. Examples: hi, I'm not feeling well. I need to see a doctor. Excuse me, I lost my way. Can you help me find the train station? Bonus. Try these in front of the mirror. Act scared, tired, or confused. 20. Reward yourself for speaking English. What it is: set small goals. When you complete them, reward yourself. Why it works: builds motivation, makes you excited to practice more. Example goals: speak in English for 15 minutes, treat yourself to a cookie. Record 5 audio journals in a week. Watch your favorite movie, complete 1-week speaking challenge. Buy a small gift for yourself. Rewards make learning feel like a game. And games are fun. Final summary. Your speaking journey alone at home. You don't need a classroom. You don't need a partner. You don't need to be perfect. You only need your voice, your time, your effort, and your love for English. You can build fluency from your own room, just like Emma Carter. Speak to the mirror, speak to the air, speak to yourself. Just don't stay silent. Would you like me to create a 7-day speaking challenge based on these tips? Or a daily schedule for beginners to follow at home?